Joining us, let's talk right now with former O.J. Simpson defense attorney, Harvard Law Professor Emeritus, Alan Dershowitz. Alan, it's great to see you.
Thank you.
Thanks so much for joining us. What are the chances that Simpson actually walks free today?
If his name wasn't O.J. Simpson, it would be 100%. But
really?
The 900-pound gorilla in the room is the fact that probably the members of the parole board believe, as many Americans do, that he got away with murder as a result of what our legal team did and how badly the prosecution botched the case. And if that's taken into account, it really would constitute a violation of the spirit of double jeopardy. He's been acquitted. It shouldn't count. The fact that he was found civilly liable only shows the complexity of our legal system.
Right, because he's in jail for what we said, armed robbery, and you know, when he went and he took his stuff back, he said it was his stuff.
He usually get a 3-year sentence.
And he's been in there 9 years. Yeah. But what's in the background is he got away with a double murder.
That's right. And that shouldn't be taken into account. Even Officer Furman, who I was on with yesterday, said if you consider the case in a legal vacuum, which means if you apply the rule of law, he should be paroled. He's 70 years old. That counts in his favor. He's been a model prisoner. That counts in his favor. And he got an excessive sentence. That counts in his favor. There are really no lawful considerations which militate in favor of him staying in jail. So I'm not making any predictions because his name is O.J. Simpson.
Right.
And everything about him and about his case is unpredictable. By the way, I completely agree with his previous lawyer's statement. When Klaus von Bülow was acquitted, I was his lawyer in that case, I said to him, Klaus, the public doesn't want to see your face. Get out of the public view.
Wow.
He has done that. He's 90-something years old. He's lived a great life away from the public light with his grandchildren, his children. That should be the end of the matter.
Wow.
But that's not going to be the end of the matter.
Well, O.J.
It's a different. It's going to be on the Kardashians.
But he shouldn't do that. It would be a terrible mistake. The public doesn't like it. See, he doesn't know that.
You don't think he knows that?
When I first met him in prison, and this has been made public, so I'm not revealing anything, he said to me, Alan, how can anybody think I committed these murders? I said, O.J., everybody thinks you committed these murders. That's why our job is so difficult, and we need you to listen to us.
You were the appellate advisor for Simpson's legal defense team during what everybody called the trial of the century.
I was his God forbid lawyer. He used to refer to me as God forbid I should be convicted. I need you to help me on the appeal. I was also one of the strategists, and I helped prepare the legal issues in the case. It was not a dream team.
And obviously he was acquitted in the killing of Nicole Simpson and Mr. Goldman.
And the public doesn't like that, but they shouldn't take it out on him for another crime. Look, he should never have done what he did. How foolish. He should have called the police to get back his memorabilia. Instead, walking in there and confronting these people he knew, he should have known he was looking for trouble.
Yeah.
Did you ever think when you were originally representing O.J. that you'd be talking about him 25 years? Or?
No, you know, I've had so many cases over the years, and you win, you lose, they go away, but O.J. is with us forever.
It's incredible.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Well, was it the botching up of the prosecution you think that got him? I mean, obviously you and the colleagues did an incredible job for him.
Let me tell you an example.
Yeah.
I was there 3 feet away from him when he tried the glove on and went right to the jury and said it's too small. Do you know under California law, they could have made him try the glove on outside of the hearing of the jury to see whether it fit before they made the decision. And if it didn't...
The whole drama of watching him put the glove on.
And if it fit when he tried it on before and didn't fit in front of the jury, they could have said, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, he's faking it. He put it on before and it fit. They botched it so badly. Well, putting on Furman as a witness, they knew that we were going to find his racist statements. They made so many mistakes. We didn't win that case. They lost it.
So the FX miniseries, People versus O.J. Simpson, which is based on the Jeffrey Toobin book, that's brought this case. It was such a beautifully done miniseries.
It was
you
not
don't like
well
it.
done. It was not. Let me give you.
I mean, if you watch it now, but it brings the story back.
Sure, but they left out the most.
What did they talk about? What they left out?
The sock. There was a sock that had O.J.'s blood on it and the blood of victims. We were able to prove that the sock didn't have had EDTA on it, which is a chemical not found in the human body but found in test tubes. We were able to prove that the sock had mirror images on all four sides, which could only occur if you poured blood onto it, not if it was being worn. The jurors said this one piece of evidence was manufactured, and if you find a cockroach in your spaghetti, you don't throw out just the cockroach, you throw out the whole bowl of spaghetti.
Wow.
That's why we won the case. You wouldn't know that if you watched either of the two TV renditions. They both had a narrative, they had an agenda, and they misled the public.
Wow.
So when they were about to announce the verdict in that trial, how was the team, the legal team? Were you confident? Were you thinking?
No. We were hoping at best, I was hoping at best at that point for a hung jury, because I knew we had a racially divided jury. By the way, they picked the racial component, the prosecution. They brought the case to downtown L.A. where they knew they'd get a predominantly black jury instead of putting it in the suburbs, which would have given them a predominantly white jury. Right. Marcia Clark thought 9 black women would be sympathetic. We understood that if you want to present a case of the police manipulating evidence, you have a predominantly black jury. They have had that happen to their relatives, their friends. They would be more sympathetic, more understanding. Look, race did play a role in the case, but they picked the racial component of the jury, not we.
Wow. Let's stipulate
but,
that
Alan, these movies go into all. That's why I found those movies fascinating, because some of the passion that you're expressing in the story, that's in that TV film.
Yeah. If we stipulate that the conviction in Nevada was basically karma-based retribution for the...
No, he was guilty of what he did,
but the
excess, the fact that it was 9 years,
No.
I mean, 33 years.
What would be your advice to him now as he goes before the parole board? Should he be obviously saying that he was railroaded would not be the right strategy?
Oh, no. I hope they don't ask him about that, because that puts him in an impossible and unfair position to ask him to comment on the California case where he was acquitted.
So presumably
he
should be humble and
He should be very humble. He should say, look, Americans have the right to make their own judgment. I was found liable. I hope to pay back the Goldman family. I take my responsibility for the civil trial seriously, but I was acquitted, and the American public should understand that the rule of law requires that the legal system treat me as an acquitted defendant.
Yeah, because that's going to be the elephant in the room.
And it probably will never be spoken about by any side. But the fact that you can not think about it, don't think about an elephant, is going to be very, very difficult. But, you know, these parole officers have a good reputation, and I hope they'll do the right thing and think about the crime in Nevada, not the alleged crime in California.
Yeah. All right. We'll be watching. Alan, great to see you.
Likewise.
Thanks so much. Alan Dershowitz there.